Hi everyone, this is Becca from Becca's Music Room. I'm a music teacher who talks about teacher tips, teacher life, teacherpreneurs, and all things that might hopefully make your life just a little bit easier. One thing that I find makes my life a whole lot easier is when I spend plenty of time planning and goal setting and also reflecting on things that work well and don't work well in any area of life, but especially in my teaching life. This is something that's really important to do. It's hard to find the time to do it, but it is possible. And so today I'm going to be doing the New Year teacher tag and kind of reflect on the first half of the year in my life and then what I want for the next half of the year. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share so that other people can find it as well. All right, so there's 5 different questions in the teacher tag, and they're all kind of reflections on the year and thinking about what you want to do. I personally have always loved that as a student and then as a teacher, I kind of get like 2 chances for a new year. You know, you have the beginning of the school year, and then you also have January, which is about halfway through depending on your school district. And that just gives you like 2 different times to really think and evaluate about how things are going and how you want them to go. And so if things are not going how you want, then this is a great time to kind of hit the reset button and switch it up a little bit. I'm going to be looking down because I have all of the questions on my phone and then all my answers on my little notepad here so that I know what to do. So if you don't know much about me, I teach elementary music at a Title I school here where I live in Savannah, Georgia. I love it. This is my 3rd year. I have been at the same school the whole time, and if you are a 1st or 2nd year teacher, I really want to give you some encouragement because something magical happened this 3rd year that just like everything was so much easier. That doesn't mean it's easy, but it was significantly has been less stressful than my first 2 years. So if you are a 1st year or even a 2nd year teacher and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so awful and hard, hang on until your 3rd year and see if it gets better. Because by the 3rd year, you've like, the 1st year you kind of don't know anything and you don't even know what you don't know. The 2nd year, you know all those things you don't know, but you maybe don't know exactly how to fix it. 3rd year, you've gone through things twice now, so you already kind of know what to expect and what will be a little bit better. So that's where I am. I just wanted to give you a little background in case you didn't know so that you weren't confused. So question number 1, what are some challenges that you've had this school year? So like I said, it has been a lot easier this year, but I would say the main challenge is just trying to squeeze in so many different things, because I want to do lots of singing and I want to do lots of instruments, but I also want the kids writing and notating music and reading music, but I also want to incorporate books and I want to incorporate videos so that we can like see instruments being played that maybe I don't know how to play. And then I was told that I have to incorporate a lot of writing this year, like writing on top of like music writing and all the other stuff. So my number 1 challenge has been mostly just the stress that comes with all of those things. And one of my biggest things is that as a specialist teacher, as a music teacher, you know, a lot of times we'll skip a class because we'll have an assembly or we'll have a this or a that. And it's so hard for me to try to decide like what portion of my curriculum do I cut out since this class is now behind. You know, do I cut out the writing because it's not, you know, directly music related? Do I cut out the music writing? Do I cut out the games? But the games are what makes it fun, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So that's something that has really been stressing me out. And just the trying to get everything done. And yeah. Question number 2 is a much happier note. What are some successes that you've had this school year? And I actually have quite a few that I came up with as I was thinking of it. Number 1, we're doing recorder. This is the 2nd time doing recorder. So last year I did recorder with 4th and 5th grade, and this year I'm doing it again with 4th and 5th grade. And then I think at the end of the year I'm going to do a rotation with 3rd grade. But it's going so much better this year. I have been so impressed and so amazed. My kids who were in 4th grade last year and are in 5th grade this year how much they retained and remembered, and just how much easier it has been. Like, we'll go entire classes and learn like 2 songs and there won't be any squeaking, and it's like magical, and I'm like, I don't know what I did, but it's great. So that has been a blessing, because it was rough last year and I was like, I don't know if I can handle that again. And even my 4th graders who are new this year, it's still going better than I kind of anticipated. So recorder going much better, not great, but better. Number 2 has been really pushing the kids to be more musically literate. So we've been doing a lot. I always do a lot of reading, but I've been doing a lot more writing, and specifically with melody. That's something that I find harder than rhythm to teach. And so especially my younger kids, like with So and Me, we're putting it on the staff and just things like that, that have gone better than I expected, and the kids seem to really be understanding it. And so I'm like, okay, not all the kids, but you know, still. And then number 3 was the successes, things going better this year, is data tracking. Actually, last year in January, I decided I wanted to do a lot more differentiation, which also meant that I had to do a lot more data tracking. And again, had no idea what I was doing, so I was just kind of flying blindly. And so this year, again, I just know a lot more because I've been through it before. So we're doing a lot better with that this year. So question number 3 of the tag is, what has been some of your favorite lessons or activities that you've done this year? I've had a lot. It's been a pretty good year, and this has been a year where I'm like, I feel like I can finally repeat things that I really enjoyed from the last couple years, which is also great. So number 1, Artie Almeida's Kid Stick curriculum. We've been rocking. I've used it before, but I used it my first year and I didn't use it last year. And this year I've been doing it with 3rd grade, and they have been awesome, and it's really helped us to figure out how to read music. I plan to do like a whole video just on her curriculum because it's wonderful. So awesome. Number 2, going along with that, was my December PTA meeting went really well. And I was very, very happy. We had like 1st grade sing a song. 3rd grade actually did one of the Kid Sticks songs for their performance, and then my choir sang, and it just all went really well. And I was just really happy with it. So really happy with that. Number 3, popsicle stick rhythms. Totally love, have always loved. Fell more in love with them this year. Number 4, my Chicka Chicka Boom Boom lesson. So I've been trying to incorporate more books. Like I said, I'm trying to incorporate everything. Trying to incorporate more books, but in musical ways. And so I have a whole lesson for like kindergarten, 1st grade, that deals with Chicka Chicka Boom Boom and beat and rhythm. So you can do just like beat and rhythm, differences between those. Or there's also like a portion where you like figure out the rhythms to the words, and you play the rhythms, and you get to play instruments while we read the book, and it's just super, super cool. I'll link that video down below so you can check it out, because my kids loved it and it was really, really great. That's one of my favorites. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, color by note activities. Super random. My kids love them, and it means they're actually reading music, which is really cool. I've also been able to leave them for subs when the subs give them to them. I've had a couple subs that like saw it and didn't know what it was, so they just didn't give it to the kids, and I was like, but the kids know how to do it, and so it actually has been going really well. So that has been really fun, and they've asked for it. They're like, are we gonna color today? Like, not today, but maybe another day. We don't do them that often, but they have been really successful. And then number 6, in December, my 1st graders, we did sock skating to the steady beat. So I just had them take off their shoes. I had a couple extra pairs of socks for kids who didn't have them, and we skated to the steady beat around the room and listened to Vivaldi's Winter. Not super imaginative, but so much fun. One of my kids, he said, I've never had this much fun in my life. I was like, awesome. Super cute, super fun, and got a lot of wiggles out. It was really great, actually, not gonna lie. All right, number 4, must have items in your classroom. Movement props, so either a parachute or scarves, or both. Love them, love them, love them. I use scarves more than the parachute because they're just a little bit easier, honestly. Love them. Get them. I'll link them down below. Number 2, I've been teaching keyboard, and I got this like portable battery operated keyboard. Has changed my life because I can walk around while my kids are like sitting at the keyboards, and I hold it up and I'm like these are the notes I'm pressing. Like, this is where your hand goes. This is where this letter is. And so like them being able to actually see it in front of their faces has made a huge difference. So love that, highly recommend. They're like 50 bucks on Amazon for the one that I have, which I think is a little nicer. You could probably get a cheaper one. So it's 1, 2, 3. Kid Sticks curriculum, again, love it. I'm gonna do a video. If you want to see it, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it's wonderful. Those is my cart. So I have, actually I have one right here. I have a metal cart. I have 3 of these. I love that. I have this metal cart. And it rolls. This is one for my office, so it has like office supplies on it, but it rolls. And I have one in my classroom and it's great. I put my name actually on it in vinyl, which is super helpful because if kids forget my name, they can see it. But I put everything on there that I need. So I have like a pencil cup, I have dry erase markers on there, I have some like paper and word searches and just random things if I need them in a pinch, if I have to like go to a classroom. I have oh, what else do I keep my clipboard on there, which has all of my seating charts and just like everything I need. And when I need something, I put it on there. So like if we're using a puppet, I keep the puppet on the cart until I finish that rotation and then I'll take it off. Changed my life. The reason is because I'm really bad about putting things down and forgetting where I put them. So now I put everything on my cart. The last thing I want to give a shout out to is my clipboard. So I got this from Staples. They have them at Target sometimes too. This is from the brand C. Jane Work, and it's like black and white polka dots. Super cute, but I love this. So I use, this is literally from the last week of school. I use these to-do lists. These are from one of my packs on TPT. They're super cheap, but I'll link them down below so you can check those out. There's a couple different formats of these, but basically it just has the days of the week and then like a note section on here. There's also one that says like weekend or like Saturday, Sunday or whatever. There's a whole bunch of different versions of these, but I use one of these every week. Love it. I keep it right here. I keep a pen right here, and then behind it I keep any important things. So like right now I have a checklist for kids who had turned in field trip forms before we went on a field trip. I have like lists of things that I wanted to do. Sometimes I'll keep, if I'm like lesson planning, I'll stick those in here too so that I can lesson plan like as I think. And then on the inside there is like a notepad and then a little pocket, and this is wonderful. I carry this everywhere and it is amazing. So I carry it around, I take it to meetings so I can take notes, I take it to lunch duty and I keep track of who has silent lunch, I keep track of whose turn it is to take the trash. I also, when I have papers to grade, I'll just stick them in here and then I grade them as I'm standing at my duty station, standing at lunch duty, walking the hallways, those kind of things, so that I don't, like, I never just sit down at my desk and grade papers, ever. I always do it when I'm on the go, and it is because of this wonderful thing here. Last question is number 5. What are some goals you have for the remainder of the school year? So actually I didn't originally have that many, but then I came up with a lot, of course. So number 1 is getting better at balancing all of the things I want to add to my curriculum. As I'm lesson planning, I'm trying to just really find some balance between all the different things and finding some peace. Like, we don't have to do everything every single time, and it's not the end of the world. So I'm trying my best, and we're gonna see how that goes. So balancing curriculum, cleaning out one of my closets, just one closet where I keep pretty much all of my things, like all of my manipulatives, all of my books, all of those kind of things is destroyed. It's a mess. It needs some help. So that needs to happen. And then keeping up with data tracking a little bit better. So I have been good about it, but I haven't been good about doing it like in real time. I've been bad about waiting until I have to turn grades in to do all my data tracking. So doing a little better with that so that I just have the most accurate data as we're going through. And then number 4, I want to have visuals for all of my maybe not all my lessons, but for most of my lessons, I've been having a lot more PowerPoints because I've been making them for TPT, or like anchor charts or vocabulary words and those kind of things. And I just want to make sure I have them more often because they really make a difference in my kids learning and understanding and then being able to reference things. So those are my goals for the rest of the year. I would love it if you, whether you have a YouTube channel or not, if you answer the questions down below in the comment section even. I'll leave the actual questions down below so we can find out what you are interested in. And even if you're not gonna leave them down below, do write them down and answer them for yourself, because I mean, as teachers, we're professionals, which means that you should always be striving to do better. And there's always an area where you can improve. It may not be the same things that I'm saying. It could be something completely different, and that's fine. But do take the time to try to improve yourself and do the best you can. Because if you're really stressed out all the time, then you're not gonna be the best teacher you can be, or the best human being that you can be. So if you've enjoyed this, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I have more planning and goal setting content coming out later on this week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and check back later. I have actually too many videos and not enough days at the moment. So that's probably a good problem to have. So we've got a lot coming out soon. If you have a suggestion for videos, always leave that down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful week.